since then, I am into building products. Came to US in 2002, and since then have been doing a lot of things. I'm into startup world. My background has been in supply chain management, worked for J&J for 18 years. Left J&J last year in November to concentrate on my own startup MTab, which is the digital business card. But the idea is to help people do networking much more effectively. And we have a lot of AI components to it too. And this is what you were mentioning, that as we go along, if any one of you are interested in learning more about the AI components of what we are trying to work with, I'm open to share. And I invite you all to create your free profile over there and actually experience it. And if you want to learn about how to take an idea and launch it into a product, I'm happy to have a conversation on the same. But looking forward for this class. And again, you have many classes out there, but essentially learning happens when you have your instructor who has business domain knowledge as well as knows how to break it down into smaller portions that we can digest and understand. And only caveat is, so I'm a Columbia MBA, so met a lot of folks out there during my MBA about there are two elements of it, right? So I'll break it down. One element is the technical element, other element is the business element. So my always goal is to understand the business element and use the technical element to solve the business problem. So a lot of use cases that are in my mind, and I can share that as we move along. I'm based out of New Jersey, and right now for me, it is 8:44 a.m.
So Rufus, if you want to demonstrate your product for timing, you can share this screen. You can take control, and it's already been given.
Can we do that later? I'll just not like to with this day one, right?
Okay, sounds
yeah.
good. So I want
to go through the others introduction,
sure.
and I can share the limelight some other day too.
Sure. So I'll start with Ashneet. Then I want everyone to participate and share a brief about himself or about the venture and the objectives, so that we can pass it on to the other participants. So let's start with the Ashneet, and then Ashneet, please go ahead.
Hello, I'm Ashner, and I'm from Philippines. Currently, I'm here in UAE. So I'm working in Huawei as a regional operations engineer for big data, AI, and IoT. So I'm here to, of course, retrain myself and learn more new things on how to solve the issues that we're encountering during our POC or proof of concept.
Anything else, Ashneet, you want to share with the community or any opportunity?
So as of now, we're still working on our projects. Once there's an opportunity rise, like we're looking for someone, then I can give heads up to our community, and especially those who are also residing in UAE, it will be easier for them once there's an opportunity here.
Great. Thank you, Ashneet. Thank you for sharing your brief with all the community members. So we'll have someone can pop in and then get started off, because I don't want you guys to call out by names and then we'll proceed, because it looks a very good tradition. I want everyone to like participate and then get started.
I can do it.
Yeah, please go ahead, Jenny. Yeah. But and you can also mention that you've been part of community for a long back.
I am Jaime Güemes. I am from Mexico. I am in this course because I like to understand how technology works. And right now for me, it's like, what? Like 7:47 a.m. on Saturday. I am on vacation right now with my kids. So I don't really do anything more than Power BI. That actually I study a course with you guys in my business, but I like to understand how technology works.
Yeah, that's great. So you are still working for us at your vacations as well. So that is very tough for you. You're on
Thank you.
vacation at the same time you've been attending classes. I appreciate that you've been taking out time. And I think for your venture, I think there are so many people who could be your next teammates on the same group itself. So just keep a watch on all the participants and try to connect with them so they could be your potential team members. Uh, After they probably by the end of the program, you can figure it out. And guys, please reach out to Rupak and Jamie for your next opportunities. We already have like opportunities that are available for you guys in the same batch. Just be connected in connect with them. Okay, can we have someone else to get hop in and then get started off? Thank you, Jamie. Thank you so much for sharing.
Hi everyone, my name is Likita, and as I'm working as a customer support executive in Equinity India Private Limited in Bangalore, and actually I completed my studies in civil engineering, and now I want to switch my career into the data science. So this is the reason I'm starting here. Yeah, it will be very tough first in to join in a data science as a fresher, but I'll give all my effort to make it possible and to switch my career into data science.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. And yeah, it's always tough for the transition, but I think once you get into it, I think you won half of the battle, and then next half, like you'll have the dedicated instructors will take you through in and out, and I'm sure with consistent practice and all other stuff, I think you'll get it and easily transition, and obviously we'll be there for you as a support. Thank you, Likita. Thank you so
Thank
much for
you.
sharing. Thank you. Can we have another one, quick ones, please?
May I go ahead?
Yeah, please go ahead.
Hi everyone, my name is Vishnu. I have done MBA and I have, sorry about my video, I just close it off.
That's okay. That's okay. Perfectly.
I have 10 years of experience as a business analyst in various banking domains as well as the telecom domain. And I recently migrated to Canada. I am jobless since last 6 months, okay, because of recession and technology. And I thought of like joining this course so that I can enhance my skills. And this is the right opportunity for me to look into data science as it's a booming field.
Yeah, very much true. And Vishnu, you can have this potential. Your employers are there itself. You can reach out to Rupak and Jamie, who's already there in the session. So probably your next move could be there. You can be a part of their team, and finally, like we'll also try to generate more opportunities for you in the Canadian markets. Let me have our partners feedback from the official timeline, and then we'll figure out if there could be possibilities are there. We'll share it with you by the end of the program.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Can we have another one hop in and then? Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah. Hi, Rajesh.
Hi, I'm Rajesh. I'm based out of Berlin. So currently I work in a real estate company called CBRE. So I work for Amazon and I work for Google infrastructure projects. So I also have experience with something called as building information modeling, which is BIM. So I have worked with the IoT sensors and fixing them in facilities for Amazon. If you guys have seen the Amazon robots carrying those parcels. So yeah, so but I do project management for them. But yeah, I came across a lot of AWS guys, who are talking about data and data stuff. So I'm interested to move into this domain as it sparks my interest. There's so much of data in supply chain, also so much of data in IoT, and there are a lot of apps in Germany. Particular, you will find something called a Miles. It's an awesome tool for rental cars. So you don't need a car. It's a keyless entry. So you just put in the pin and you get to drive cars. Drop it from one point here to the other point. So that's an interesting use case, and I was very much interested in how it's done. So I understood in this field of data science or data engineering how it works. So yeah, I thought, and I saw all of the courses, 1 year, 2 year transition. So it's too difficult, and I can't have that time at my disposal. So yeah, I found this course through, I think, reach out like on WhatsApp. And yeah, I found it.
Yeah, we have been like spreading the communications on many channels. Like I think through webinar also, and most of the people who have joined our last webinar, the Chat GPT, and I think that's what quite
Yeah.
interesting one where people found it quite worth to take it forward.
Yeah, and prior to this, I worked 3 years in Finland also. So way to before, like in 2017, and also in Estonia, they were teaching about AI and stuff. I think in Aalto University. So that's quite interesting. Like, you know, and since then I'm thinking to transition, but I'm not finding a proper channel. I hope this community helps me.
Definitely, I think it's all about like we all need to participate with each other, and mostly with this. I think if you guys
And-
will be, yeah, please, Rupak, you were saying something.
So Rajesh, the kind of things you are doing right now, AI is used in a huge way.
Yeah.
The AI component, right? So not just the AI, generally the NLP part of it, AI is the later part, right? But machine learning components are used in the operations that you are working in a big way. And I can talk about that. I was a
Yeah.
part of major transformation within J&J supply chain and implementation and data filtering that we implemented, label reading. So there are a lot of avenues and areas. The point is, rather than learning a new domain, the domain that you already know, that you have experience in, if you
Yeah.
implement in that area, you will get better break rather than taking it absolutely in a new direction.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. So, yeah, Rajesh, do you want to continue or we'll switch it to some other folks?
Oh, no. Yeah, you can switch it to other folks. No worries.
Okay, can we have someone else to participate and quickly share a brief so that we can keep going forward? Guys, consider yourself.
Hi everyone.
Yeah.
Hi everyone. My name is Ajay Wakar. I am accounts professionals. I'm from Saudi Arabia. I joined here. That's I much motivated by Mr. Kunal Manisa about the data science course, and I want to
Yeah.
switch my career. Therefore, I joined this course, and I'm here to learn and enhance my skill. Thank you very much to all.
Thank you, Azra. Thank you so much and welcome to the community. And I'm sure you can keep interact with each other, folks, and we're gonna learn so many new things in terms of business domain and new technical skills. So Urvashi, can you just share, can you switch on your camera for time being, or you can share a brief? Is it possible? So, okay, I want Satish. Guys, please share a brief about you. So, who is funding Satish, Urvashi, and then who is all funding? Or are we done with it?
Yeah, hi all. Can you hear me? I'm having some network issue.
Okay, yeah, please, we can hear you now. Please
Yeah,
go ahead.
okay. Yeah, thanks for that.
So, is it possible for you to switch on your camera or still you're facing the network challenges?
No, no, no. No. We cannot. I cannot do that right now.
Okay.
So I'm not ready for the video call. Sorry for that. Okay, I'm working as a manual tester at present. I like this data science and all. Like I have some aspiration in this data science. So I'd like to enhance my career in the field of data science. Yeah, I'm looking forward this course. I am hoping like it will help me to enhance my career in data science.
Thank you, Satish. Thank you so much. And let's move it towards Urvashi. Urvashi, can you just unmute yourself and then share a brief so that we can proceed further? So she is having a
I am
problem.
Urvashi this side.
Yeah, please. So Urvashi, if it's comfortable for you, you can switch on your camera. If it's possible at your end. Else you can go with the yeah.
I am having some network issues right now.
Oh, no problem. Yeah. Please share a brief and then we'll proceed further.
So basically, I have a background in computational biology, and I want to learn about data science. So that's why I joined this course.
Great, great. So we have all the professionals from diverse backgrounds, and that's which fits for the program. Perfect Google code batch. Guys. So thank you so much. So now I think it's time for me to hand it over the session to Rishabh, your instructor. I don't want to share much about him because we've already shared in the last webinar, but still I want Rishabh to take it forward to share a brief. So Rishabh, I'll be handing over it to you, session, and then you can take it to proceed.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. I hope I'm audible to everyone.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Thank you very much and welcome everybody to Management Career Institute, and thank you all of you to join us. So I hope I'm a bit older with you guys. I already introduced myself, but yeah, again, just to reiterate, like I've been working with 7+ years in data science, machine learning, and deep learning, and past joining. Currently, I'm working with Innovator. Even like I'm basically leaving Innovator quite soon. So just few days left out, not even a month. And post that, I will be joining Providence. So it's another healthcare company. So yeah, over there I will be working as a lead data scientist. And yeah, with my current roles, it would be more like mentoring the senior data scientist and junior folks, the entire team with data science capabilities, and helping everybody to basically build some real-time solutions. And eventually over here with you guys, I will be helping you to learn a lot of things, and with respect to deep learning, machine learning, and eventually taking some industry use case. Okay. Whatever I am working on, so taking those use case and presenting to you guys. So that is what will be our overall roadmap. Now, those who are completely new and beginners, who doesn't have any understanding, so today I will basically discuss those basic stuffs, and mostly a few guidelines I will kind of give it to you from the day one, and you just need to follow those in order to become a very good, you can say, in order to get into a very good position. The first part is make sure that you spend at least 1 hour every day. Okay, means this is something that you need to understand deeply. Okay. Most of the people think I will dedicate 1 hour. That's not a problem. But believe me, it should be in the right way of practice. So you need to give at least 1 hour every day without any excuse. 1 hour. Do it for 15 days. Move it to 2 hours. Do it for 15 days. This makes your life much more into the habit of programming. So those who don't know programming, for them, this is the kickstart. Those who know programming, has some idea of programming, then for them it is fine. But for those who don't know programming, for them, this is very, very important. This entire area is very important. Practice area. Okay, means more than anything, what you need to make habit is at initial days, starting from tomorrow. Okay, you don't know anything about it. Maybe with today's session, you will not learn anything, but try to explore what is data science, what is machine learning, what is deep learning, whatever I explained. Some very basic things I will explain today. Try to explore those and try to get an understanding of it. Eventually, that will help you to get a regular practice or get your mind very much settled with the timeline. Because if you don't practice, not a single line you will understand as we move on. So practice is very important. Okay. Before eventually we learn. These are the things that you need to keep in mind. Second is, the first mantra is practice. Practice. Okay. Take out some time. And this will actually help you to get you successful in data science. Otherwise, you will not be able to land. Means I have seen many students, I teach at multiple platforms. Okay, people at the initial level becomes very energetic, but as we move on, they start getting fear. Okay, fear about practice, fear about the complications that comes through. So we don't need anything or any of those things to get fear about. Okay, it's a language. First way of learning is it's a language. If I ask you to learn any of the language, it is not so easy to learn. Okay, first you need to understand each and every word, regular words. Then slowly you need to know how to frame a sentence. Then slowly you need to know how to use that in different set of communications. And finally, you should be knowing that how do you basically get some better set of understanding out of it. So practice is very much important. Second is patience. Okay, you will get to see a lot of mistakes that you are making. Don't get frustrated out of that mistake. More than learning new stuff, what is more important is debugging, means fixing out the errors. That is more important. We don't need to learn something new because that is by default means you will be learning it. But more than that, what is important is how you can fix the errors. Okay, that is very important. You should know how to fix the error. If you don't know how to fix the error, then you will not be able to get satisfied with your results. Okay, so you need to have a patience. You might get a lot of repetitive errors, but more than that, what you need to know is with that repetitive errors, how can you fix it? How can you debug of yourself? The moment you understand how to debug, it is very easy to build. The moment you understand how to debug, from that moment, it is very easy to build the solution. Okay, so you need to have a bit of patience. That patience will actually teach you, okay, that how can you fix your errors. Next is with practice and with making mistakes, you also, the third stage is you also need to basically explore. Data science, AI, machine learning, this is a very vast area. Whatever I teach is, just a minute. Yeah, sorry, yes. So explore, we need to explore as well. It's whatever I teach. Okay, so that will be the preliminary phase. Okay, to build a ship. What you need to get is to build a cruise. Okay, and that's what the organization works. So here you learn how to build the ship. Once you build the ship, you have a fair enough idea that how to build a cruise. So in order to build a cruise, you alone cannot build it, right? You alone cannot work to build cruise. You will have a lot of other areas of expertise that people come from, like DevOps, people with cloud computing. Okay. So there are multiple different experts. They will basically come together, they will join together, and then all together they will build a cruise. So you need to explore as well. Okay. There are tons of new algorithms getting developed on a daily basis. And it is not so easy to basically means it is not possible to learn entire machine learning eventually in a year. It is so in depth. Whatever we will cover will actually give you all the, you can say, all the possibilities of machine learning. What next is basically the research level. So every day somebody is working on a particular thing. Even I don't know many of the things which might be known to any other data scientist. So you cannot achieve 100% out of it. Okay, this you have to keep in your mind. While you try to solve a problem, you will get to explore many new things. So let me give an example. Let's say you want to basically solve some problem in pharmaceutical space. While you try to solve a problem in a pharmaceutical space, you need to have a lot of understanding of it. It's a lot of algorithms will be there. A lot of domain understanding should be there. Okay, how this chemical composition works. Okay, a lot of factors will be there. Now, what happens in general is the data scientists are basically engineering guys. Okay, who don't bother about domain in general. Means we can basically get fit into healthcare, we can get fit into fintech, we can get fit into retail. But if you work on a particular industry, like I've been working on healthcare, and as I continue to work in healthcare, I will be able to give my best out of it, because by default I know the data behavior, how the data is getting accumulated, collected. Okay, I know those stuffs, and because of that, you see in my career graph, I work with Innovator. It's a healthcare platform, and where I am going, Providence, they are basically the healthcare providers. They have near about 50 plus hospitals, care centers. So the reason that they hired me, one of the reason is the skill. The second reason is that I have the knowledge of that particular domain. So I'm very domain, I got a very domain specific area because I understand healthcare. So that's one of the reasons that I don't need to spend a lot of time in understanding the business. Okay. So this is very, very important area. You need to spend a lot of time to understand the data. And that's what is very challenging for the organization. Most of the data scientists, okay? Means at this moment, you may not feel that. As you move on, you will be able to get a complete detailed understanding. So there are few specific algorithms which get only applied to healthcare, may not be applied in other domains that I know it, right? So domain specific understanding is also very, very important. And what happens, you know, there are many things to explore once you get into that particular domain. Okay, so data science is typically, it is not a single way of course, or it's not a single subject to study with. Okay, you need to, like, if you take a milk, when you put some mango, then it becomes mango shake. When you put some strawberry, it becomes strawberry shake, right? So these industries are basically the flavors. And as you get into the flavors, and then there are typically many type of mangoes are there, right? Each of these mangoes have a different flavor, different taste. So as you dig into mangoes, you will get a lot of new things, and which is very similar in terms of data science. Clear? So exploration, you have to keep on doing. Lot of 100+ new algorithm getting developed. Okay, and you need to keep on explore. That's it. It's a continuous learning mechanism. So now let me come into the course point of view. At the end of the course, of this course, you will basically understand that even though you, as of now, if I tell you to explore, you will not able to explore. You will not able to understand how to read research papers. You don't know how to handle research papers, or how to utilize somebody else's research in your research. That is also very, very important. See, most of the companies, they don't want to spend time in doing research. They want output, because company means business. In business, you don't get too much bandwidth to do research. You take a typical example of vaccine. Okay, so more than the time to prove your efficacy, what is more important? Efficacy is important factor, but who actually launched this vaccine at a much faster rate? They get the first preference. Okay, maybe the efficacy is just 75%. Over a period of time, it can be increased, but at least with some relief, we will be able to address some of the issues, right? So similarly, in most of these cases, what is more important is how fast you are basically solving the problem, how fast you are putting all of your solutions there. That is very, very important. And for that, okay, you need to know and learn those techniques. How can you include others' research in your research? Okay, how to get the solution, like do it within few days. Okay, you need to just start generating output within few days. That's what the expectation comes from the organizations, and that is very, very important. Okay, so these three things you need to do it: practice, patience, explore, keep practicing, make errors, don't get frustrated out of the error. Okay, try to use that frustration in solving the errors. Okay, and the third thing is explore. Okay, try to explore. It's like you are swimming on an ocean. Okay, it's not like you are swimming on a swimming pool. So you have to swim in an ocean. You don't have any specific boundaries. There are 1,000+ things available. So as you move on, you will get the experience out of it. The more you explore, more experience, and the more experience you have, you will be able to solve some critical problem much easier way. If you don't explore, what will happen is you will start thinking within the boundaries. And maybe you will say that this solution cannot be approached, or this solution, we don't have any solution for this problem. But in reality, somebody else might have already solved that problem. So you need to also get into a practice of reading research papers. Research papers are very mathematically written. Okay. So you don't need to get into too much of details. Okay. What you need to know is which point you should focus on, which set of facts you should focus on, and then directly get into the analysis. So that is what we are more expecting. So as I said, Python will be your first fundamental programming language. And with the help of Python, we basically go ahead and we'll write all the logic. There are a lot of myths which comes around, like you might be feeling that Excel is the best way to do your initial data analysis and all. But really speaking, those are not very efficient mechanisms. So don't try to figure out, like I have seen many students who try to figure out alternatives of programming language. So there is no alternative of any language. Okay, you go to any country, okay, and everybody, let's say you go to US, everybody speak English. You don't know English, then you have to explain everything with a sign language or something like that. So typically there is no alternative. You need to speak English, right? So remember these things. These are very practical. Okay. There is no alternative to any language. You need to learn that. Learning a language is basically here is a bit different than learning any speaking language or any the language that human communicates. Very similar. We are communicating with machine, and over there you are communicating with human. That's two different things. But machine has its own way to speak, human has its own way to speak. So those who are learning for the first time, for them, you will really enjoy it, learning Python. Python is very explanatory, self-explanatory, and much easier to learn as comparative to any other language. Second is, most importantly, you will get to see, once you understand Python, you need to basically dig into the machine learning and the mathematical aspect. Okay, machine learning is entirely supported by two things. Basically, three modules of mathematics works most. One is probability. Okay. Stat and linear algebra. So probability and stat are heavily, you can say, used as a foundation of machine learning, which eventually I will teach you. But my way of teaching would be different than any mathematics books. We will learn mostly from example, not from any formulas. Okay. So I will focus mostly on the example part. We'll take some real problem statement and try to use that. And from there we will learn. While the way the school teacher teach mathematics are very monotonous, just directly showing the formula and how to apply and use it. But our way will be different. We are going to make use of some examples, more in an example manner we will learn. Okay. My way to learn is to avoid formulas and to remember the logic. Okay. So that is my way. And I will actually try to implement that. The second is linear algebra comes not into the machine learning much of it, but it heavily comes in deep learning aspect. In deep learning, where it includes computer vision, natural language processing, and NLG, natural language generation. So over there, we heavily includes linear algebra, and we make use of linear algebra to process images, videos, text. Okay. So a lot of those things we make use of, mostly in images we use it. So machine learning is your fundamental area where we mostly deal with your numerical data sets. Okay. So let's say any Excel sheet or any CSV sheets. Okay. Or you have a data which is present in your database or a Hadoop infrastructure or any cloud infrastructure. So over there, basically we make use of. While deep learning is mostly in the structured data we use it. Okay. Something which is represented already in row column format or something which can be represented in row column format. Maybe it is not represented in row column format, but we are trying to convert that into a row column format. And then we heavily work on getting some information, predictive or descriptive. Now, analytics is of two types. One is predictive. The other is descriptive. Now, what is predictive? Something that you predict, that we put as a predictive. So for an example, let's say you want to predict the house price. So that is predictive in nature. Okay, you are predicting the price of house. Or let's say you are predicting the stock price. So that is also predictive. Descriptive is different. You don't predict anything. You do the exploration of the data and try to support some logic that you basically explore out from the data. So for an example, which age bracket is more committed to buy a new house? What is the preferred budget of purchasing a new house from age perspective, from job perspective, from the salary perspective? Which area people will choose if their job roles are blah, blah, blah. Because these all matters. Okay. So this is known as descriptive analytics. Okay. So not every time we use predictive, any business problem comes to us, we try to understand whether it is a predictive or whether it is a descriptive. Clear? Any question? So far, any doubts, any question?
Clear.
No, we're fine.
None from my side.
Yeah, no doubt.
Clear.
Great. People find more value in prediction, but that's not true every time. If you can describe the data in a much efficient way, then it can improve or it can give similar result as prediction. Okay. So in our learning, we will first start with descriptive analytics. Means once we complete the Python, then we'll learn descriptive analytics. And thereafter, once we complete descriptive analytics, then we'll jump into predictive. For every predictive model, we actually try to do the description first, descriptive analytics first. Because that tells us that what are our important predictors. What are our important set of predictors? Just give me a minute, guys. Yeah, sorry, guys. So, practice, patience, explore. These three things. I will repeat for a few times so that it gets into your it gets into your mind very efficiently. Anyway, so predictive and descriptive. This is what I am saying. Now, in terms of deep learning, typically when we deal with unstructured data, it depends from problem statement to problem statement. Okay, mostly we do predictive in deep learning, but you can also use descriptive as well. Okay, you can also make use of descriptive as well, but use of descriptive in deep learning is a bit lesser. Okay, cool. So how many of you know about Anaconda?
I know it. I'm using it.
Yeah,
I
you
don't know Anaconda.
Okay,
So I know
Cool.
about it, have not used it a lot in last 2 years.
great. So you need to download it. Anaconda. So you go to Google, you get to see Anaconda and just click on it.
If you are sharing, Rishabh, then we only see your white screen, at least me.
Oh, okay. Got it. Let me reshare. Thanks for notifying me. Yeah, can you see now?
Yeah.
Yes.
So let me tell you, just go to your Google, write Anaconda, and then you get to see Anaconda, the world most popular data science, blah, blah, blah. You get to see all of those. Now just click over here and then come to product. So there are different type of product that has been developed by Anaconda. One of the most important aspect is Anaconda distribution. Okay, so Anaconda distribution is basically the open source one. The rest of them are basically so if you have open source, cloud notebook, commercial grade distribution, cloud repository, on-premise repository, okay, these are the different type of services. We are more interested with Anaconda distribution. Okay, so over here you can see downloads, this is the icon. Typically, as of now, Python 3.9 is what that is recommended here. But it can further from Python 3.9, you can also use different other Python versions. So that I will show you how to use that. Okay. And once you download it, the next thing is very simple. Just click on download. 621 MB is there. Okay. Anybody who wants to get it live, you can share your screen if you want. Anybody who wants to get downloaded, I can show the steps to rest of the folks, as I already have it downloaded in my system. So yeah,
I can go ahead.
Yeah, sure. Thanks very much. You can share your screen.
Give me 1 second.
Which one did you download? The open source?
Anaconda distribution. Open source.
Okay.
Cadet, if I have the old download, Cadet, how can I update this one?
So once you open that, automatically it will basically ask you that do you want to upgrade?
Am I good to download this one?
No, I'm just if you can give me an access, that would be better. Let me request an access. I need to explain few things.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You have it.
Yeah. So you can see, guys, there are few things that you need to focus on. So I'll scroll down. Yeah. One important update that has been made by Anaconda was Windows with 32 bits are no longer supported by Anaconda. Windows with 32 bits are no longer supported by Anaconda. Okay, so this is one important thing. Next is Mac OS, there are two type of chipset. So one is Intel and the other is basically the M1 chip, which has been designed by Apple. If you are using your Mac with M1 chip, then you need to install 64-bit bracket M1. If you are using Intel chipset, then you need to install 64-bit, the normal one. Okay.
Sorry, come again. So
there are two type of MacBooks that are available in market. One is Intel's chipset that has been utilized.
Yeah.
And the other one is the M1 chipset, M1,
Right.
M2. So those who are using M1, so for them, you need to install 64-bit M1
Right.
graphical installer. Those who are using Intel, they can use the normal graphical installer.
Sure. So for me, it will be the M1.
M1.
Yeah, but for me also the M1, but I don't. I mean, how did you get to the M1 section? Because I am in the same. Never
So
mind.
click on
I
about
know
this
the
Mac. You can see that Apple M1 Max.
Yeah, and do we get the graphical installer or the command line installer?
Graphical. You need to install graphical. So you can see that Apple M1 chip. So now I will basically install this one. So let it get installed. I don't need to sign in and all. This is not required. Yeah. So you can see that click on continue. For Windows, the UI will be different, but the steps are almost same. Okay. So those who are using Windows, don't get confused. The UI might be different. More or less, the steps are all same. So click on for you, introduction and readme will be on the same page. Those who are using Windows, click on continue and click on continue. I will agree. And then the installation. Okay, just don't change anything. I'll install it. Once the installation is done, in Mac it is super fast, whereas in Windows it takes a bit time.
I actually purchased Mac to do my machine learning after the M1 chip came out.
Yeah. Great. The Intel chip is also good. I'm using the Intel chip.
Yeah, you need bigger RAM for that.
Yeah, I'm using 16 GB RAM.
Yeah.
But anyway, Mac is very, very fast. Like in my Windows, it takes sometimes 5-10 minutes to start Anaconda. At the same time, again, sometimes I eventually cannot attend the meeting as well. The Zoom gets crashed. A lot of challenges are there with.
I'm having problems installing. Maybe can you help me after the session is finished?
You are facing any issue?
Yeah, so when I just click accept, and then it says something like the path has a space in the name. So I am choosing another path, but it's not allowing me.
Okay. I need to check. Probably once this installation gets over, then you can share your screen.
No, or maybe after the session is finished, so we don't delay.
Yeah, anything is fine. You can share after this. Mostly after the session, I have another session.
Okay.
So, yeah. Anybody who is installing in Windows, if you are facing any challenge, please let me know.
How can I know the Python version in Anaconda, that's which I am using the old one. I just opened that it's working fine, but I want to know that okay, this is
I'll tell you.
3.9 Python. Okay, thank you.
Just hold on. I'll tell. So yes, so now once it is up and running for you, I'll just click on continue.
Yeah, same happened to me.
Okay. Encountered an error that caused installation to fail. Why?
I received this error in.
Okay. Let me use the other one. Let's see. Sometimes it becomes there are like once this Monterey, I guess this UI, the new update is I think yeah, Monterey. After this, lot of challenges came for the Mac users. That's what I come to know, but I don't face any challenge though. But I came to hear that there are a lot of okay.
Okay, hang on. Let me help you. Give me 1 second.
Yeah.
You're looking for the finder, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Hang on. I'm connected to another monitor and the finder is over there. So I'm disconnecting my monitor so that everything.
Sure.
Go now.
Okay. Cool. So yeah. Let it be there, and what I need is the command line. Support yes. It takes a bit time because we are updating the.
What are you doing here?
We are basically updating the Anaconda. So I'll tell you, Conda update Anaconda. You can go to terminal and you can write Conda update Anaconda. And remember, this is only for the Mac user. Windows
I have
folks.
a Mac and one also.
Yeah. So Windows folks can ignore these steps. Okay, just see Windows folks can only just download it. That's it.
Anaconda update, or what do I write?
Conda update Anaconda. Those who are getting challenges, go to your terminal and write Conda update, Conda space update space Anaconda. Okay.
Looking for anything specific?
No. I'm just waiting for rest of the folks.
No, mine is not working actually. So
Okay,
the Conda space update Anaconda said that that command does not exist.
Okay.
So,
I'll come to
yes.
you. Yeah. So once you are done, rest of the folks, you can see, if once you come to the application, you can see Anaconda Navigator. So I'll just double tap on it. So it keeps on asking for those who have basically downloaded earlier. So you will, whenever you upload, you will get to see this. This update application. Now you can come, you can see this is your Anaconda Navigator. Okay.
Okay.
Now in Anaconda Navigator, there are different types of IDs are available. What is ID? ID is integrated development environment. Integrated development environment. Okay. So we have the Jupyter notebook available over here. So you can see this is Jupyter notebook. Integrated development environment is basically nothing but where we write codes. Okay, where we write down all the codes and everything.
Okay.
So we get to see here Jupyter notebook, and so Jupyter notebook is there, and then we have Jupyter lab. Both can be used, notebook and lab. It's not an issue.
And we can use either or both have some different specifics.
So, Jupyter lab is more kind of, you can use multi-environment together to see your code and everything. While as Jupyter notebook is single environment mostly.
So when you say multi-environment, right, you mean prod QA live or something else?
Multi-environment means basically in Python, maybe you are using a 3.9. I'm using 3.8. Okay, means maybe you are also using multiple 3.8, 3.9.
Okay, got it.
So you can basically visualize all your entire project and everything over there.
Right.
Okay. Mostly at a beginner level, we will use this, and then later on, mostly which is used in industry is Visual Studio, VS Studio. Okay, because in VS Studio you do all the packaging and everything. And VS Studio is very well designed to basically work as in notebook as well as project. Clear? So coming to environments, I'll click on environments. So you get to see you already have a pre-environment installed, which you might have used earlier. Python project, Anaconda 3 base. So these are the different type of environments which are already available. You can create your own environment. As of now, not required. Okay. You can just focus on base root. Okay. So I will come to home. We don't need to do anything as of now. Click on launch. Once you click on launch Jupyter Notebook, so you get to see your entire drive. Okay, for Windows we say C drive. So you get to see your entire drive. Now let's say I want to build it in download. I will create. Okay, you right click on OK, and I will first create a new folder. Okay, click on folder, and once you click on folder, come straight at the down, and you get to see untitled folder, right? So this is the folder that we created just now, seconds ago. So click on this, okay, and just scroll up and put a rename. Okay, so rename to MCI Data Science Projects. Don't give any space, guys. Otherwise, it will be difficult to read from this particular path. It will become very difficult to read from this particular path. So hence, don't give any space while you rename any of the folder. Okay, there are some thumb rules are there. So MCI Data Science Project, you can see a new folder got created. So in this folder, we will actually put all our code, all the repository, whatever it is, data repository and everything, we will actually store in this MCI Data Science Project. So once you do that, then you click on new, and you can see Python 3 IPy kernel. Okay, so click on Python 3. Once you click on Python 3, okay, so currently it is running at 3.9 by default. Okay. Click now I will print hello world. Okay,
Man, this has not changed major, right?
Yeah. This has not changed. Okay, so that's it. So you just need to hit the shift enter, and shift enter in terms of Windows. The similar thing you have to do with command. So once you do that, automatically your line get executes, or you can click on this run icon and this line will again further get executed. As many times you execute, you get to see your line number is changing from 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, like that. Okay, so your line number will change. Now you also need to save the notebook, otherwise it will not save automatically. Once you save it, then it will do auto saving, but you need to click on this icon. Okay, save icon. That's it. Come over here. Also give a rename your notebook. Python underscore day underscore 1. Okay, and I will rename it. That's it. So this is how you basically write down, save your notebook, close your notebook. That's it. Close your Jupyter Notebook ID. Now what you do again, whenever you want to open, what you have to do is come to Anaconda. Okay, come to launch. And it will automatically open. Come to Google. Come to MCI. Come to pythonday1.ipynb. Click over here. New notebook will open. Print hello world. That's it.
I follow a shorter plan. Just mark it as your favorite and open it.
Means you can do it here. My objective is just to show how to open a notebook. Okay.
Yep, I understand.
Yeah.
So one quick question is, if you is Jupyter Notebook always running in the background if you're not using it, or it is shuts off?
Okay, good question. So once you close this, okay, once you close this, come to your terminal. Okay, in your terminal, you get to see your terminal is running. Okay, so you need to close the terminal as well. So terminate.
Okay.
You see the previous one, which we closed and then we opened, right? Even that was also running, right? So you need to come and close it as well.
Ask because it just consumes your resources when you're not using it.
Yeah. Correct. If you want to create a new environment, okay, let me show you. We have a time. And then I will come to the issues. Okay. Click on the environment. Click on create. And here we put a new environment name. So let's say MCI environment. Choose the Python version that you are more interested with. Let's say I want to use 3.8. And
which is the most stable Python version these days going on, Rishabh?
With me and my experience says 3.8.
Okay.
I use 3.8 90% of the time.
Just to let you know, one of my intentions during this course is on the sidelines, I'll be making up a program to actually scan the business card and read all the details into it.
Okay. Yeah, no problem.
So that is one of the components of MTAP. That's already half of it is done, but it doesn't do it properly. So idea is that it reads it with 80 to 85% accuracy and labels the data.
Okay. Yeah, you can. So you can see that I created this environment MCI underscore env, and then we get to see a new terminal will open. Okay. What you need to do is activate MCI underscore env. Anaconda. Okay, already it has activated. Anaconda activate. Already it is activated.
After creating a environment, it need to be activated by the prompt.
Yes, yes. So once you activate it, then your Jupyter Notebook will actually run in this particular environment, which is 3.8. If I launch now, what happened? Sorry, data lore got launched. Come to notebook. See, For this particular environment, we don't have Jupyter Notebook. I need to install it. Okay. And you can see this is the path. Go to Anaconda environment and then inside environment. Then you have the notebook ready. And then once you click on launch, now you get to see the environment. If I click on new, okay, this Python is basically the one which is 3.8. Okay, I'll come to downloads. MCI data science project. And I can create a new notebook. Clear? Any questions?
So one quick one, if we are writing our programs in PyCharm, is there a way to get them into Jupyter?
No, notebook is different way of delivery.
Right.
Line to line execution is happening. PyCharm is different. PyCharm is more into whether you want to create your entire program module and those things. So PyCharm is of a different.
Okay.
Yeah. Anybody, any question?
And the command which you shown in the prompt with that, is the same for the window or only for the Apple user?
Conda
To activate the new.
it is same. It is same. It is same for all the users. Means Conda is a different. So on top of your OS, Conda is basically working. Okay. On top of your OS, Conda is basically working. So it is same.
Thank you.
Here, just give me a minute. I think you can stop sharing.
Sure.
Yeah. Before you stop sharing, sorry, can you reshare?
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, I can share.
So I just want to show you guys that print sys.version is basically to print the Python version 3.8.16. So this is the version. Okay. 3.8.16 current version. Yeah.
And one more question, that if Anaconda is not coming the automatically update, how can I update it? Because my window is not coming the update and I have the old one. That.
Okay. So your Anaconda is not working, or?
But not working that, but update is not coming. The update pop-up window that which is come on the screen, but is not be there.
Oh, okay. So I guess within your Navigator, you get to see an option. Okay, I need to request again. Or you can go to your terminal and you can write conda update -- all. So
can I share my chat if you will allow to me that?
Yes, sure. Okay, you can stop sharing. Go ahead.
And permission for the control. I give you that.
Yes, yes.
approve. Yes.